Hi, this is Mike with a video for the fantasy football version of Draft Buddy, and I'm here to show you how to download the file, open it up in Excel, and I'll give you a bit of an overview about what is in Draft Buddy once you get it open. Here is the Draft Buddy website, which is one spot you may have purchased Draft Buddy. The other is FF Today over here. So it's for sale, the same file at both websites, and you can download from either one, depending which one you purchase from. So FF Today, let's say you've gone through the purchase process, you have username, password to download the file. The location on FF Today is fftoday.com/download. Okay, and then I'm going to put my username, password in here and sign in. Takes me to a download page. There's a bunch of information here, but the key thing is the files are located right here. There's two different versions. Most people will use the version with .xlsm on the end. That's newer Excel. And newer, I mean, that's still fairly old. It's Excel 2007 or newer. If you have a really old version of Excel, then you may want to go with the .xls version. And then the same on the Draft Buddy website. If you purchased a Draft Buddy, we'll just go to the Draft Buddy main page. There's a link to download here, and I'm already logged in, as you can see in the upper right. And the same thing, here are links to download the files right there, newer Excel, older Excel. So I'm going to click on the newer Excel, and it'll download for me. You can see down here it's going into my downloads directory. So let me fan that out, and there's the file right there. Now I could open it from Excel right here. The file's not zipped, it's not compressed in any way. It is one file that opens in Microsoft Excel. But I'm going to move it first. So first I'm going to move it into my Fantasy Football League directory. So let me grab it and slide it over there. Now I could do it, open it one of two ways. Now I could open Excel, go to the folder, find it, and open it. And it's in Documents, FF Leagues, Draft Buddy 2020, and open. Or if I was in Finder or in the Windows Explorer, I could double-click it and it should open in Excel. Now, the first thing I'm prompted here is to enable macros. This is important. You need to enable macros so a lot of the functionality in Draft Buddy will work. That is the background programming. So I'm going to enable macros. And if you get a separate notice about data connections, it's fine to enable that too. So we're going to enable that content. Now, in Windows, it should bump you right up to the Rules tab. In the Mac, it doesn't necessarily bump you right up there. But here it is. Here's the Rules tab. I'll increase the size so we can see it a little better. Okay. And this is the Rules tab in Draft Buddy, the first tab where it has kind of our basic league settings, starters, backups, number of teams, whether it's an auction league or not, keeper league or not, that type of thing. And then you can see down across the bottom here is a list of all the tabs. And there's quite a few, but they're kind of in sections. So the first few are rules, scoring. Bump up the size of some of these too so you can see them better in the video. There's a custom scoring tab, which is not used terribly often but available. Owners tab, where the owner names or franchise names are going to go for your league. Options tab, we'll get into that later. Action tab, kind of which has the buttons where we make stuff happen. And a sync tab, which allows Draft Buddy to connect to My Fantasy League or Fantrax to import draft results, import keepers, even import franchise names, that sort of thing. Okay, and then now, once we're done, these are all kind of the setup tabs from 1 to 6. Then we're into the summary tab, which kind of gives you an overview of what's going on with your draft once we get to that point of drafting. The draft report tab basically tracks the draft in a long list and allows you to trade picks or players if you need to. Then we're into the cheat sheet. So we're into the offense tab, overall rankings, grid format for tracking the draft. Rosters are updated here for your team or every team in the league really when the draft is on. And then we have some more reports. This is where players are drafted by position, in what order. We have the ADP tab over here, which shows kind of the average spot that players are drafted, whether you're in a 10, 12, or 14 team league. And we have various options for ADP. We have Dynasty ADP, Fantasy Football Calculator, My Fantasy League, NFFC, FFPC is in there. And we have different ones like PPR scoring, standard scoring, Superflex, some Dynasty, and some rookie ADP as well. So that's great. The one-page depth chart is pretty handy, and players will get marked off this as they're drafted. And let me just scroll the tabs here at the bottom. The player tab is really a comparison tool, so you can compare any two players. Pick two players, it shows their prior year stats, it shows their projections for the current year, it shows their rankings, allows you to draft from this tab as well. And then the position tabs are kind of where all the data is. All right, here's the quarterback tab. It shows all the players. I'll bump up the size of this as well. You can see their bye weeks, their height, weight, age, projections. If I scroll over, we have spots for various projections. We've got stats from the last 8 games of last year and the prior 3 years, complete NFL stats. More spots for projections. All the way over, there's even notes and news for the players. And that is the same for all of these, the running back, wide receiver, tight end, etc. And then we even have some cheat sheets with notes, which are kind of expanded cheat sheets. You wouldn't necessarily print these because they get pretty long, but just another way to represent the players for your rankings. So there's an overview of Draft Buddy, and I will come back with another video to go through the rules and scoring in more detail so we can create cheat sheets.